Let's have another look. That's what it is, you know. The Tawny Pipit.
It does look awfully like the picture.
Are you sure it's the only one without spots? Let's have a look.
It can't be. It says it's only nested here once before.
I'm absolutely certain.
Let's go and ring up Uncle Arthur.
We've justified his choice in books anyway.
Yes, haven't we?
Lipsbury Lee must be just over the top there.
Let's go and see if they're on the phone.
Uh-huh.
You know, I don't believe you know how to use this thing. I'm sure we're coming the wrong way.
All right, now, sir. What about this?
Oh!
You try and get down this way.
Jimmy thinks so too. No spots at all, just a plain pipit. And it's in a clump of grass right out in the middle. Well, of course we can't be sure. That's why we want you to come down. Hmm? What's the name of this place, Jimmy?
Lipsbury Lee. Hey, let me talk to him. Hello? This is Bancroft, Mr. Hooper. It's called Lipsbury Lee. Now, 2 words, Lipsburylea. Yes, that's right. Goodbye, sir. It's coming down tomorrow.
He says it's probably only a meadow pipit with very faint markings. And even if it is the tawny pipit, it's 1,000 to 1 it's not breeding.
Well, that's very scientific and encouraging.
We've got to keep an eye on it until he gets down here. Can they put us up?
Oh, no. But the landlord said there's a Miss Pyman down the road. What'd say he sent us?
Oh, Could you tell us where Mill Cottage is?
Little house stands by itself. You can't miss it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I hear we've got some distinguished visitors then.
I got eyes, haven't I?
Not them. I mean down in the pinfold. 2 rare birds. Only been in England once before. Called Tawny Pipits.
Oh, who told you?
Wouldn't you like to know? In a clump of grass right out in the middle. Got hardly any spots on them. I know where I'm going to stay too. At Miss Pyman's.
I could have told you that.
I suppose the whole village will know now you know.
I shan't tell anybody. You can please yourself what you do.
Morning, Tommy.
Morning, Colonel. Heard the news?
Just caught the 8 o'clock summary, but there's nothing new. Same as 9 o'clock last night, only Phillips instead of Hibbard reading it.
I mean in Lipsbury Lee, sir. Proper goings on here.
Oh?
Down in the pinfold. Pair of distinguished visitors arrived.
Really?
Yes, sir. Pair of rare birds. Tawny Pipins. Only been to England once before. Got hardly any spots on them.
A pair of what?
Tawny Pipins, sir. Young couple come down from London specially to look at them.
Oh.
Tawny what?
Tawny Pipit, sir.
Never heard of him.
Hello there.
Good morning.
You sleep well?
Fine. How about you?
Like a log. She couldn't wake me.
Good.
I'm nearly finished. I got the worst off.
Where is she?
In the garden. Go through and say good morning. I'm nearly ready.
Don't be long.
I'll be down in a minute.
Good morning, Miss Pyman.
Oh, good morning, miss.
Here, let me give you a hand.
Oh, that's all right, miss. They're nearly finished. Your friend, Mr. Bancroft, nearly drove me mad last night. Trying to remember where I'd seen him before.
Have you seen him before?
Well, not exactly him, but his photograph. Came to me suddenly in the middle of the night. He was in the paper for getting the DFC, wasn't he?
How clever of you to remember.
Why I remember is he's not unlike a vicar we used to have. When I saw his picture in the paper, I said to myself, what a funny thing, and I cut it out. Look.
He's a DSO as well now.
Really?
He hasn't got it yet, of course, because he's only just come out of hospital. He got mixed up with some German fighters and came home with a pair of broken legs and a shoulder blade in about 10 pieces.
Good gracious.
I've been his nurse now for about 5 months.
Well, I'll take good care of him, miss. You can depend on me. I only wish I could have managed the two of you.
Everything ready?
Gosh, you were quick.
You mustn't miss the lady sniper next week. Fancy, she shot more than 100 Germans. Isn't that wonderful? I didn't used to hold with these foreign wars, but I don't see how we could help this one, do you?
I think you've got something there.
1 o'clock, Miss Pyman.
Yes, goodbye.
Goodbye. There he goes. Right into that camp.
Have a look. Seems on top of the world this morning.
I expect she just told him he's going to be a father.
Hello. We've got visitors.
Visitors? Where?
Through the gap over there.
I wonder what they're doing here. Oh, you little brutes! Stop them, Jimmy!
He said it was in a big clump right out in the middle. There it is. Hey, there's a frog. Oh, no, put it in old Curtis's desk. Give it some grass and might get hungry. Frogs don't eat grass, I eat flies.
Good morning.
Now, wait a minute.
Let me go.
Now, what were you two doing creeping along here?
You were up to something, weren't you?
Weren't you?
You were going to rob a nest, weren't you?
Who told you?
Oh, Tommy.
Well, who told him?
Rose Sherman.
Who's she?
At the Grey Goose.
Oh. See, we're going to have a talk about this.
You've left your coat.
What's your name?
Alec.
Alec what?
Alec Henry William Charles Ferguson.
And yours?
Annie Gregory.
How old?
10. 11.
I suppose you know you could get into trouble robbing birds' nests.
What would your father say?
My dad's in the army. So's Mum. We're evacuees. We live with Tommy Fairchild.
What are we going to do with them?
I don't know. What are we going to do with you, eh?
I don't know. Don't know.
Do you know how to use these?
Yes, sir. You want them in and out.
Well, come over here. I want to show you something. Now, you see that clump of grass over there?
Yes, sir.
I want you to have a good look at it through those.
Come on, I got it. Don't you make it look there. Here, let's have a go.
You see that bird?
Cool, yes, sir.
Come and sit down here a minute. We think that bird's a Tawny Pipit. And if it's nesting, it's only the second time it's happened in England.
Pretty wonderful when a thing like that happens, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, if it is a Tawny Pipit, and if it is nesting, we're going to stay here in Lipsbury and watch over it until the eggs hatch out.
We want you to help us.
Can we use these?
Oh, yes, of course. You'd be in charge of them.
God.
But you must keep it a dead secret. Because if it gets about, you know, someone's sure to pinch the eggs or frighten the birds away.
It's already got about. Well, Sherman told everybody we only wanted to be first.
You know, I think we're going to need some reinforcements.
What's the name of your vicar?
Mr. Kingsley, he sings in his choir.
He's the man we want to see.
We know where he lives. Come on, then. Show me the way.
I think I'll stay here, just in case.
Right.
Anthra, Anthracite, Anthrax. Ah, here we are, Anthus. A small bird, probably the yellow wagtail, from the Greek anthos, meaning blossom or brilliancy.
But it's not a wagtail at all. It's a pipit.
I always believe in going right to the fountainhead, Miss Broome. Cam. Here we are. Campestris, of or pertaining to the level field or plain, the opposite of montanus, calinus. A small bird, probably the little yellow wagtail of the plains. Splendid. Well now, Miss Broome, what do you suggest?
I really don't know. But we can't be on guard day and night.
I'll tell you what. We'll ask Mr. Curtis to lend us half a dozen good runners, and we'll send them out into the highways and byways and call in the whole village to a special meeting. How's that?
That sounds wonderful.
As soon as your uncle has given his verdict, that is, and always assuming it's in the positive, which of course we all hope.
Well done, my boy. You were quite right. Mr. MacDougall, this field will go down in history. Let's go and have a look. And not too much noise. There she goes. This is a great moment. Only the second time in Britain.
Is that the full clutch?
No, she usually lays 5. There's probably one more to come. Now, who can we get to fix up a hide?
You mean a portable observation post?
Yes, that's the idea.
Leave it to me. The Vicar of Lipsbury Lee will arrange it all. I think we have the very man for you, Mr. Hooper.
Tommy Fairchild.
Yes, I'm sure the Colonel won't mind. Ah, there's a beauty. Look at it. Sure you won't have one yourself, Colonel?
No, thanks. I'm sticking to carrot.
So I took the liberty of telling him to go and get on with it right away.
Quite right.
And we'd like you to be in the chair, Colonel.
Oh, you don't want an old warrior like me, Kingsley. Why not one of you young bloods?
Oh, no, we need your guiding hand. I thought around 8:30, if that suits you.
Suits me all right.
And in the square.
Yes, better than on the green. Not so far for me to go.
Splendid. See you later then, Colonel.
What do you say it's called, Kingsley?
Anthus campestris, the Tawny Pipit.
Never heard of it. I prefer this way. Not so much trouble.
So long as we fox them, that's what matters.
There she goes. What a little beauty.
I think you ought to come along to the meeting, Uncle. Looks bad if we haven't one expert present.
I did intend to go back to town tonight. We've a meeting of the ABO.
What's the ABO?
The Association of British Ornithologists.
All the big noises in the bird world.
I was hoping to deliver the good tidings in person.
Well, surely you should stay here and give us moral support.
Of course, I could send them a wire. I'd like to be there to see their faces, though.
If you write it out now, I've got to go down to the village to see Mr. Kingsley. I'll send it off for you.
Yes, before I change my mind. That's it in a nutshell. Now, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4...
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think these are all pretty reliable. Let's make it a round number. Now then, one more.
The next best would be Alfred Finch.
Finch? He's been rather badly behaved lately, you know.
We've been trying much harder this last day or two.
Well, just this once, then. Stand out the 10 that are chosen. There they are, Mr. Kingsley. East and west and south and north the messengers ride fast, and tower and town and hamlet have heard the trumpets blast. Now, how many have got bicycles? Then you can cover the more scattered habitations, and the infantry can deal with the village. All right, cut along. No. Only the 10.
Already there's been an attempt to rifle the nest. No names, no pack drill. But it's up to us to decide whether these little visitors are to be allowed to hatch out their family in peace and quiet or not. Ah, there's Mrs. Franklin. Just help Mrs. Franklin through there, will you, Watson? Now then, this love of animals and of nature has always been part and parcel of the British way of life, and it's going to go on being. Now, we've welcomed to our country thousands of foreigners at one time or another, French, Dutch, Poles, Czechs, and so on, and a lot of them are jolly decent people, and anyway, they can't help being foreigners. Well, that's what these little pipits are, you see, and we're jolly well going to see to it that they get fair play, or we shall want to know the reason why. Now, we've heard a great deal about the differences between Nazism and democracy. But in my opinion, the big difference between ourselves and the Hun is that the Hun doesn't know the meaning of play the game. He never did and he never will. What we mean to give these little pipits is fair play on a square deal and no hitting below the belt. Now, it's for you to decide, and I might just as well say here and now that we're determined we're going to decide on the right side.
Did my wire go off all right?
I forgot all about it.
I must phone them at once. I must let them know.
Well, there's a phone in the Grey Goose, at the bottom of the stairs.
I'm sure we're all very grateful to Colonel Barton Barrington for putting the issue so clearly.
I'm just going to phone.
Just inside bottom of the stairs.
I can't add anything to what he said, except to remind you that when Noah wanted to find out if the waters were subsiding, he chose a bird as his messenger. In that particular case, a dove. And lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. Well, that doesn't exactly prove anything, but I do think it's important.
You spelt it wrong. There's only one P in Pipit.
Go on, there's two.
One.
Two.
One.
Two.
One. Will you be quiet up there?
How long does it take these eggs to hatch out, sir?
Just about a fortnight. Now, any more questions? No? Then I'll ask the Colonel to say a few closing words.
Well, now, I think we're pretty well all agreed that we're going to come down like a ton of bricks on anyone who tries to rob this nest or drive these little visitors away. Are we all agreed on that? Good.
Splendid. Excellent.
Well, I think that covers pretty well everything, and thank you all very, very much for coming along. That's all. Thank you. Oh, just a moment, everybody. These eggs are very, very valuable, and I dare say there are plenty of people who'd like to get their hands on them, so don't go giving the game away to strangers, you see? All right?
No, no, no. Lipsbury Lee. The signature's Hooper. You better read it back to me, Foster, to make sure you got it right.
Arthur Kemp... Oh. Anthus campestris is breeding in Lipsbury Lee. Hooper. Oh, there's more than I dare do to breaking them now, sir. We're right in the thick of it. They'll be out in half an hour, sir, won't it do then? All right, I'll do my best, but I can't promise. Goodbye, sir. Cool, what a lark.
Within the distributional range of this subspecies, there is considerable variation in the nature of the song. As I have tried to show, there are considerable differences from one part of Great Britain to another, in the size of the territory that the chaffinch takes up, in the time of the year at which he establishes himself at his headquarters, and in the energy and degree of jealousy with which he guards his territorial rights. If I may now turn to another example, possibly even more illuminating, I can demonstrate that a similar state of affairs exists among the wrens. My audience is no doubt well aware of the fact that the British wrens are being divided by reputable systematists, with whom few of us could quarrel, into 3 subspecies, or as some of us might like to call them, populations whose essential characteristics differ from one another to an extent which is statistically significant. The 3 subspecies with which we have to deal are the mainland wren, troglodytes, troglodytes, troglodytes. The Shetland wren, troglodytes, troglodytes, said that.
Pardon me, Professor. Something right out of the blue.
Gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. I have here a message from our esteemed colleague Hooper. Gentlemen, Anthus campestris is breeding in Lipsbury Lee.
Tawny Pipit!
It's only 4:20 by suntime. You'll be split mad.
It all depends how keen you are. If there was a train, I'd be down there tonight.
I'm keen enough, but I draw the line at a milk train at my age.
Good
How
old
far is it
man.
from the station?
What's it matter? There's bound to be a bus. If there isn't, we can walk.
I admire your enthusiasm, Wimble.
Well, there's no good arguing the point. That's the time, 6:20. Whose game?
I have. No.
Good. We meet at the barrier at 4:15. Okay?
I'll be there.
Good night, all.
Good night. Good night. So long, Kreska.
So long.
Coming along, Kreska?
I've got to make a phone call. I'll catch you up. Elsie, it's you, that is.
Mrs. Pickering speaking. Who? Oh, it's you. Kreska, do you want to speak to him?
Well, might as well. Hello, old man. Quite a stranger, aren't you? Which one? Did you hear that, Elsie?
You know very well I didn't.
Anthus campestris, breeding Lipsbury Lee.
One of the wagtails?
No, the Tawny Pipit.
What are they worth?
£40 at least.
What's he going to do about it?
What are you going to do about it?
We're going down there tomorrow. I'll send you the usual telegram as soon as I see the setup. We're catching the first train in the morning. Goodbye, Pickering.
Here we are. Chillington. Only 5 miles from Lipsbury Lee.
Getting hot at last.
Hope to goodness there's a bus.
We'll soon find out. Well, they'll know.
It's addressed to Forrester.
I'll find it, miss.
Excuse me. Can we get to Lipsbury Lee? I mean a bus or anything.
No bus from here, sir.
You're going in, Nancy. Can't you take them?
Well, I can give them a lift as far as Lucky Lane. Then you can get the Pawsworth bus from there.
Here you are, miss, right at the back.
Oh, God, thank you.
Awfully charming of you, I'm sure.
If you don't mind a bit of a squeeze, then.
sure,
Excuse my
Thank you. Well, move over there, Greedy. Hop in.
We have to take the fat with the lean these days.
All aboard?
Yes, sir.
Come on, darling.
Wonderful to see all these girls getting down to it like this, isn't it?
Yes.
Wonderful.
In my young days, we used to call them the gentle sex. Do you like farm work, miss?
The name's Nancy.
Nancy?
Well, I do and I don't. It's long hours and hard work in all weathers, and the farmer's wife's a beast. But we get well fed, we sleep like logs, and we've never felt fitter in our lives.
Really?
Besides, we really feel we're helping to beat those bees.
Those what?
I've got them, Maisie. Okay, down. See you dinner time. Okay.
You must have found it a big change coming out into the wilds like this.
I'll say we did. Now look at Maisie. She was a hairdresser till a year ago. You know, wave, set, squirt of brilliantine, 5 bob.
Well,
Still, it comes in very useful. She gives us a tidy up every Saturday night.
and you look wonderful, so fresh.
You should have seen me a couple of years ago at the Coconut Grove.
I only wish I had.
Staying with the Russian sniper.
When's that?
Next Friday. She shot over 100 Germans.
I'm afraid we shall have gone by then. Pity.
Yes, it is. I want to see what she's got that I haven't.
Whoa. Here we are. Lucky Lane.
I can't tell you how grateful we are.
Oh, that's all right. It's darling that does the work anyway.
I do hope you won't feel insulted.
Insulted? parties? I should say not. It's the nicest thing that's happened to me since Christmas.
Well, I hope you have a nice dance. We all envy the young men in your village, you know.
Oh, that's even nicer than a half-crown. Oh, look out, there's your bus.
Oh, thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Do you stop at Lipsbury Lee?
Stop whenever you want to get out.
Come on, hurry up, get inside, man.
Come on, darling.
I don't know what all the fuss is about. Just an ordinary titlock. I've seen thousands of them.
You've never seen this one. It's a special kind of titlock. Only been to England once before.
Excuse me, could you tell us where we can find the Tawny Pipits?
Beg your pardon, sir?
We understand there are a pair of very rare birds nesting somewhere here. Could you direct us to them?
Rare birds? Did you hear anything about a pair of rare birds, old Willie?
I don't get about much these days. I hardly know what is going on. You hear anything about a pair of rare birds, Harry?
Rare what? No, I haven't heard.
This is Lipsbury Lee, isn't it?
Always has been. Never since I knowed it.
Sure you've got the right village, sir? Sure you haven't made a mistake?
No, it's certainly somewhere here.
There's old Mrs. Williams. She might know.
Oh, good. I'll ask her. Good day.
Good day. Good day.
I suppose they wouldn't be interested in a pair of tawny titlocks.
Oh, I don't like the looks of this.
I should go and fetch old Tommy.
Ah, I will.
Can you suggest anyone who would know?
I don't know who to suggest. Mrs. Wilkinson at the shop might help you. Just over the bridge.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Don't look as if Mrs. Williams knowed either.
No, I thought perhaps she wouldn't.
Let me see. The last of your points, Mrs. Draper.
Thank you.
I did hear something about it, but I can't quite call it to mind. My memory's getting that bad. That'll be 5 and 8pence, Mrs. Draper. If I were you, I'd ask the vicar. He's sure to know.
Thank you very much. Good day.
Is that them? Hey, that's them.
All right, you make yourself scarce. I'll look after him.
Oi! Are you the gentleman what's looking for the rare birds?
Yes, can you help us?
We didn't expect you till dinner time.
We came by the very early train.
Oh, well, you stop there. I'll be coming round.
Right, fine.
Hooper must have told them. Where is Hooper? Why couldn't he have met us?
Don't be silly. How should he know we were coming at the crack of dawn?
Sorry you gentlemen have been kept waiting, but you're in good hands now. Follow me. This way, gentlemen, please.
Hello.
Here you are, gentlemen.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Oh, thank you, sir. You'll be all right here, sir. You'll be all right. I shan't keep you a minute. There you are, my beauty. You'll be quite comfortable in there till I comes back. Good old Tommy.
I thought he'd be too smart for him.
You gotta be smart these days.
Answer! No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Get away, I'll see easy through these. Come on, get your turn. You've had it for ages.
Yeah. I thought you two were meant to be looking at birds.
So we are. That is an ass, isn't it, Mr. Bancroft?
Yeah.
Come on, pilot. And I'm the rear gunner. Yeah, Ness hasn't got a rear gunner. Mine has. Yeah, I missed it.
Here, you two. What's those glasses? Let me look after them.
What did that fly, Mr. Bancroft?
Well, it looks rather like that when you're flying low down. I think you'd enjoy it.
You was in the Battle of Britain, weren't you, Mr. Bancroft?
Yeah.
What was that like?
You know a big cricket match? Thousands of people in the grandstands and everyone buying the lunchtime papers to see the score? Rather like that.
Had a lot more planes than us, though, didn't they?
Yes. We were playing for the best side in the world. We were playing for England. We were playing on our home ground.
So you see, they'd bitten off a bit more than they could chew.
Time you two were getting back to school.
Who's taking you this afternoon?
Miss Pennyman, we got ornithology. What does that mean, Mr. Bancroft?
You mean ornithology? It means the study of birds.
That's what you're doing now.
Come on, you two, you better get cracking. We're getting a stick.
Oh, Curtis hasn't got a stick he keeps us in. I'd rather have a stick.
So would I.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Now, what does that mean?
The study of birds.
Good. Now, I want you to call out the names of all the pipits whilst I write them down.
Meadow pipit, tree pipit, rock pipit, petrel pipit, Richard's pipit, red-coated pipit, Tawny Pipit.
And what do you think you're doing, may I ask? Yes? It's you, I mean. What do you think you're doing?
Coming into class, miss.
Come up here, both of you. Where have you been?
Studying ornithology, miss, with Mr. Bancroft, miss.
Studying what?
Ornithology, miss. What you've written up there, miss.
What does it mean?
Watching birds.
You seem to know all about it. Let's see if you can spell it. Come here. Here you are. Is that right?
Not quite, miss. She's got one letter wrong.
Which one?
Please, teacher, please, teacher.
You're both wrong. There you are.
Oh. It's all right, miss. We know what it means.
Anybody would think we were fifth columnists.
It's absolutely outrageous.
Preposterous. Check.
No way out up here. I could have told you that. I'll give old Hooper a piece of my mind. You wait. Oh, for goodness sake, stop that infernal row, Cluster.
I was only trying to cheer us up. We've been here an hour already.
Go on, Shuttleworth. Move your bishop.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Here's someone.
At last.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, my dear fellow, I am sorry.
You look it.
He thought you were egg stealers. I do apologize.
Oh, that's all right. All's well that ends well.
Now then, Hooper, let's go have a look at these confounded birds. We've wasted enough time here.
Well, we'll waste no more. Come along.
Come along. Come on. Oh, by the way, I'll trouble you for that half-crown.
Oh, I done it all for the best, sir.
Marvellous. Wonderful. Almost human. Oughtn't we to let two of the others have a chance
Good
now?
gracious, no. We've only been here a couple of minutes.
Oh.
They've been here 18 minutes.
Just like Wimbro. Yes, I'm sick of it. Let's fetch him out of it. Come on. Sheer greediness, I call it.
I really do think we ought to give the others a chance now.
Go on with you. Let them come and fetch us.
Wimbro, we really must go.
Stop it, Crasker. I'll go and I'm jolly well ready.
Well, you're ready now. You're not the only ones who want to see.
Oh, it's you. No need to get rough about it.
Well, you shouldn't try to hog the hive.
Oh, get the kettle and get inside.
Now who's being rough?
Shh. What a little peach. Never heard such a fuss. We were only there about 5 minutes.
More like 25. I thought we were overdoing it, you know.
Stop for nonsense.
By the way, Hooper, I presume you're keeping a record of this epic?
Of course I am. What do you take me for? May the 28th, 7:15. Noticed on Lipsbury Kinfold, pair of birds suspected of being Tawny Pipits, and so on. Right up to the time of your arrival.
May the 28th? But today's the 28th.
Don't be silly. Today's the 29th.
My hat. It's my wedding anniversary, and I've forgotten to wish Mrs. Crasker many happy returns. She will be upset. I must send a telegram. It's the first time for 23 years I've forgotten. Yes, that's it. I must send a telegram.
I asked you to send this to the laundry. Look at it.
You want a new one? That one's on its last legs.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, darling. Well, my name's Elton. This is Mrs. Elton. Oh, how do you do? We were looking for a picture. Wonder if you could help us.
Yes, I should say the corner by Bancroft. We had a caravan there last year, people from the north.
Ah.
I'll give Mr. McDougal a ring if you like.
Would you? That's very nice of you.
Not at all, you're very welcome. Are we the same firm?
No, I'm afraid I'm a Methodist.
Same firm, different department, eh?
Very nice.
I'll tell you what. I'll take you down there if you like.
That's very civil of you.
Not at all.
Come on, Ezekiel.
And this is how you spend your holiday, eh? Splendid.
We've done it like this for the past 18 years and never gone back empty-handed yet, have we, Elsie?
I ought to tell you, we don't only do it for the sunshine and fresh air. Amos is a very keen bird watcher.
Well, you've certainly come to the right place this time. We've got a couple of little visitors from Central Europe nesting here. Anthus campestris, the Tawny Pipit.
Here?
Well, just outside.
But surely that's tremendously rare.
It is indeed. They've only bred in England once before. You've come at exactly the right moment.
What a bit of luck.
Providence, Amos.
My dear, let me show you. See? You rest the telescope on the knee. See, it keeps it steady. And if you get a nice, comfortable position, you can stay like this for days.
I never know which are the most interesting, the birds or the watchers.
It takes all sorts to make a world, you know.
Ah, here you all are. I've brought along a kindred spirit. This is the Reverend Elton, who has the caravan up at Bancroft.
How do you do?
Mr. Bancroft, Miss Broome, who made the big discovery.
How do you do?
Ah, Mr. Krasker, there you are. Mr. Elton, this is Mr. Krasker, one of our distinguished visitors from the Association of Ornithologists.
How do you do?
I brought Mr. Elton along to have a peep at our little strangers.
Oh, well, come along. Have a ringside seat.
I might almost say a wingside seat. I see you two'll get along like a house on fire.
Well, it's nice to be on our own for a few minutes.
Yes. Still, I like little Krasker. I always feel I want to mother him.
I'm the one you want to mother. I can do with all the mother love that's knocking around.
You're spoilt enough as it is. You put on a stone since we left hospital.
That's Miss Pyman's cooking.
You'll never get back in a cockpit with that tummy.
It's my uniform I'm worried about.
They'll put you in heavy bombers.
Greatest event in the whole history of Lipsbury Lee, Mr. Elton.
What are you sitting on, you little beauty? I'd give a lot to get my hands under there.
What's that?
What's what?
Listen, can't you hear?
What about a short burst over the rough? See how they take it, eh?
Okay, sir. Gives a nice appetite.
Now, how's this? Through here, along this lane, through this wood. That should be a bit lively. And out again here. Give us a bit of practice for the exercise.
Okie doke, sir.
Hello, all station. Advance. Tanks. Coming this way, too.
Come over here.
You never can tell with tanks.
Oh, we must stop them. We must stop them.
What with?
I don't know what with, but we must stop them.
Well, there are only two ways they can come. You go that way, and I'll go this. Are you trying to commit suicide or something?
I'm terribly sorry, but I must speak to whoever's in command.
Well, carry on.
Oh, is it you? You see, we've got two very rare... Look, could you possibly get out? I mean, down there? You're terribly far away.
Driver, switch off. Good show, Wilson. Well, what is it?
You see, we've got two very rare birds nesting just over here.
Birds? What's that to do with me?
Well, they're right in the middle of the field, and all this, I mean...
Who are you?
My name's Hazel Broome.
Well, that's all right, Miss Broome. We shan't disturb your birds.
But it's a ground nesting bird. She's sitting on 5 eggs. It's one of the most wonderful things that's ever happened in England.
What kind of bird?
A Tawny Pipit.
Never heard of it. You, Sergeant Dawkins?
Nah, sir, never heard of it. Mostly sparrows round our way.
Look here, is this some kind of a leg pull?
Oh, no, it's true. You can come and see for yourself if you like, only, please, not in a tank. You must go back. Really, you must. Please.
Beg pardon, sir. Corporal Philpotts is a bird fancier. He might be able to clear it up.
Tell him I'd like a word with him at once.
Yes, sir. Sergeant Brown, tell Corporal Philpotts the captain wants him.
Hi, Corporal. The old man wants you.
What, me?
Yes, you. Go on, double up.
Do you realize what you're asking? For the sake of 5 birds.
But it's the most wonderful thing that's
Yes,
ever...
I know. You've said that before. Anyway, we'll soon see. Ah, there you are, Corporal. I understand that you know something about birds.
Well, I ought to, sir. I was secretary to the Royal Ornithological Trust in Civvy Street.
Isn't that wonderful?
Just one moment, please. Now, this young lady says they have a rare bird breeding in a field here called the Tawny Pipit.
Anthus campestris? My hat, is this true?
Yes.
Is there such a bird, Corporal?
Oh, my hat, yes, sir. If this is true, it's absolutely terrific.
Thank you, Corporal.
Beg pardon, sir.
Now, just one more question. In your opinion, if we went across this field, should we jeopardize the successful hatching of this bird's eggs?
Oh, yes, sir. This is one of the most...
Don't keep saying that to me.
Sorry, sir. But this is meat and drink to me.
As an authority on bird life, you would definitely advise...
Oh, yes, sir, definitely. This is one of the most... Sorry, sir.
Very well, miss. I shall proceed by road.
Oh, you darling. And you?
Corporal!
Back to your tank, I think.
Yes, sir.
I'm terribly sorry. I shouldn't have done that, should I?
Oh, not at all, not at all. We're frightfully glad you did. What the devil are you laughing at, Wilson?
Beg your pardon, sir.
Well, goodbye. And I hope your eggs hatch out successfully.
Thank you.
So that's the way you fix them, eh?
No, they were fixed already.
Good morning, Mr. Kingsley.
Ah, there you are, Miss Penniman. Come and sit down. I'm nearly through.
Stitching time saves 9, eh?
That's it. Still, it hasn't lasted so badly. Good 400 years. Shan't mind if I last as long.
It's a beautiful fit.
Yes, I'm rather proud of it. This is part of an old table leg. Timber's a bit of a problem these days.
I brought the anthem, Mr. Kingsley.
Splendid. Excellent.
I don't say it's poetry, but it's certainly verse.
Come and sit down then and let's hear it.
It's quite short. First verse. To Lipsbury Lee there came a wonder. 2 feathered visitors, I mean. Browny above and creamy under. No spots upon their chests are seen. Chorus. It's a very great honor, we all agree, that they came to nest in Lipsbury Lee. Second verse. These birds so rare, then let us nourish, and guard their nest as 'twere our own, so that their young may thrive and flourish long after they away have flown. Chorus. It's a very great honor, we are all agreed, that they came to Lipsbury Lee to breed.
Absolutely first rate. Now, what about the tune?
Oh, I'm sure you like that. It's positively triumphant.
Come along then, let's hear it.
I was a little worried about breed. What do you think, Miss Kingsley? Ought I to tone that down a little?
Oh, no, not at all. After all, that's what it is, whether we like it or not.
I always think it's all right as long as it's just eggs.
It's all right anyway, Miss Penniman. I suppose the choir will be able to master this by Sunday.
Oh, yes. It's quite simple. You listen. To Lipsbury there came a wonder, two feathered visitors I mean, brownie above and creamy under, no spots upon
No spots at all are seen.
It's
a very great honor, we all agree, that they came to nest in Lipsbury. These birds so rare and let us nourish, and our nest as our own. So when the young they thrive and flourish, long after they have flown. It's a very great honor, we're all agreed, that they came to Lipsbury to breed. It's a very great honor, we're all agreed, that they came to Lipsbury, they came to breed.
I was afraid we'd have some bother over those birds.
I know. I hated Montague Martin the moment I saw him.
Oh, there you are.
Yes, we came along right away.
I'm afraid I've got a bit of a bombshell for you. The committee is making a fuss about the pinfold being ploughed.
But I thought they were going to let you substitute.
So did I. They've let everybody else substitute. They usually take the view that a farmer knows his own land best.
Shan't be a minute. I got to see to them.
Right. Oh, remind me to get some oil in Charlington, will you?
Okay.
The trouble is, there's a bloke called Montague Martin at the head of the committee who's got it in for me. Spot a boiler over some shooting.
You mean you may be forced to plough it?
Means that if it isn't ploughed within 7 days, they'll send in their own machinery and plough it for me. Whether I like it or not.
But this is fantastic. We must do something about it. Does the Colonel know?
Yes. I rang him as soon as I got the letter. I'm seeing him in Charlington this morning. Back up, Nancy.
Just coming. But surely it's too late for ploughing.
That's the whole point. I could sow it with roots. I don't want to, and it wouldn't do much good there. But I could, if somebody wanted to be nasty. That's the whole point. You want to drive, Nancy?
Yes, okay.
Right, here you are.
Anything you want in Charlington?
No, thanks.
Miss Pyman went in by bus this morning. Don't worry, Colonel will be real sort all right. Bye now. Bye-bye.
Oh, there you are, sir. I've been chasing you everywhere.
What's the verdict?
Flat refusal.
Who did you speak to?
Montague Martin himself. He was downright rude. Said perhaps this would teach me to shoot other people's partridges. I knew that was at the back of it.
But they can't let a thing like that stand in the way. Did you mention the Pipits?
No. I just told him I was putting the matter in your hands and that he'd be hearing further.
What did he say to that, eh?
He told me I could go to the devil and you could go and play in your own backyard.
Mr. Lomas, put this down to my account. I'll take it right to the ministry, MacDougall, right to the top. Montague Martin's not the only pebble on the beach. Play in my own backyard. I'll show him.
What does put out your ass to me, Mr. Bancroft?
Oh, it means through hard work to the stars.
Is that French?
No, Latin.
It's like Astro.
That's right. Astro hatch, same word. Hello.
What's that?
Don't say it's more tanks.
Oh, no, it's only a tractor. Do you think it was your captain friend come back for another fixing?
He was very attractive.
Oh.
It's coming in here. It's a plough.
What do you think he's doing? Hi!
Hi!
Good afternoon. Nice day.
Ah, it's been a nice day. There was some rain, though. Ground needs it bad. I says to my governor, you can't plough that pinfold till you've had some rain. And he says, never mind about the rain. You go and plough it.
Plough it? What on earth for?
County committee. Special order. Just come through. There you are. Mad. That's what I reckon they are. Mad.
But there must be some mistake. Mr. MacDougall was given 7 days' grace.
I'm only doing what I've been told.
Hold on a minute. There's something over there I really think you ought to see now. Now, it won't take a second.
All right. But I haven't got all day.
wait a minute. Have you got the glasses?
No, I...
What did he mean?
Just watch.
Funny, I haven't heard. I guess I know most things around here.
Well, go in and have a look.
Now, you two stay here, and when you get a chance, tell Mr. Bancroft I've gone down to the farm.
They're having me on. There's nothing but a common and garden titlark. Thousands of them around here.
Oh, no, they're not. They're frightfully rare.
I tell you what, I'll leave about a yard margin all round. How'll that do you?
Oh, thanks very much. That's fine.
Mad, that's what they are, mad.
Well, that settles that. I've sent 2 of my men to collect it and lock it in my barn. When the committee want it, they can come and fetch it.
Splendid. Good show.
Are you catching the early train?
Yes, land us in Whitehall soon after 10.
There's only one thing. We haven't really got an appointment, have we? Maybe he won't see us.
Oh, he'll see us all right. I've already written to him. Don't you worry, the minister was my fag at Marlborough. Jolly good fag he was, too.
I don't like pulling strings, and I never have done, but this time I'm going to. Most people have to start from the bottom and work up. We'll start from the top and work down.
Used to be called the Board of Agriculture. I don't know why they couldn't leave well alone, I'm sure.
Will you come this way, please?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can I help you?
My name's Barton Barrington. We've called to see the minister.
I have an appointment.
In a way, yes.
In what way, sir?
Well, I wrote to him, and he should have had my letter by this morning.
Well, I'm afraid the minister doesn't see anyone without an appointment, sir. May I ask what it's about?
Yes, your people are threatening to plough up some very valuable birds' eggs, and we want to get it stopped.
Birds' eggs? Oh. Excuse me a moment, will you?
I wonder what's happened to Uncle Arthur. He's usually so punctual.
Oh, I expect he'll follow us up.
He says they're very valuable.
Tricky things, birds' eggs. You know the fuss there was about that marsh harrier's nest last year.
Yes, I know, but what do you suggest?
Wouldn't touch it with a barge pole.
Lot of red tape. Anybody think we were asking for the moon?
Look here, taken out to public relations. Sounds like the lunatic fringe of government. I'll get them on the telephone.
Right. She's sitting on 5 eggs, eh? Sounds almost like a cabinet matter.
It's only bred in England once before.
And your people are threatening to plough up the whole shooting match.
Well, I think you'd better see our Mr. Phillipson. I think it's more his line of country. I'll have a word with him.
Yes, well, I'm pretty busy, but I can spare him a couple of minutes if you send him down right away.
But Colonel Barton Barrington has an appointment.
It don't make no difference. I don't see how they can see him. Of course, they might see Mr. Donington, they might see Mr. Phillipson. Well, I'm sure they can't see the minister. Yeah? No, not yet, sir.
But why can't they see him?
Because they can't, that's all.
But why ever not?
Because the minister's not here, see? Down at the house all night sitting. We don't know when he will be in.
You mustn't imagine, Colonel, that because we happen to be a government department, we're entirely lacking in the finer feelings. Why, beneath this facade of cold efficiency, we're just as much human beings as you are. And our hearts beat just as strongly at the sight of Mother Nature in all her splendor. Why, I myself and a number of my colleagues here are very fond of wildlife. We should hate to be instrumental in destroying such a rarity as you describe. But you must realize that we can't make fish of one and fowl of another. So you realize we have to be absolutely impartial. Otherwise, we're going to be inundated with requests of this kind. So I feel I must insist that the decision of your county committee must stand.
But look here, the minister was my... Oh, well, what's the use? Come on.
And I'm really very sorry. But you must realize these are not ordinary times. Good morning.
Good morning. There you are. Fat lot of good you've been. You might have made all the difference.
Oh, no good then.
No, complete waste of time. The whole place is a farce. Get back in.
Morning, Slater.
Morning, sir.
Tell Mr. Sturgis I've gone straight up, will you?
How about these reports, sir?
Oh, I'll attend to those later.
Very well, sir.
My sainted heart, if it isn't old Bax Barrington.
Dear fellow.
What on earth brings you here?
Oh, no, nothing at all, nothing. Anyway, it's all settled now.
No, I know you, Bax. Something's wrong. Anyhow, come up to my room for a moment.
May I really?
Of course you can, good gracious me. Funny thing, you know, I was only talking to the PM about you about a couple of days ago. We were talking about...
Oh, just give us a few minutes, will you, Fergus?
Oh, but sir, who are these people, Packer? Why did you let them in?
I didn't let them in, sir. I didn't come on to 1:30. Weaver must have done it.
Well, it's ridiculous. He's got about a dozen appointments today.
It sounded like an old friend to me, sir.
That may be, but we seem to have no time for friendship.
No.
Friendship won't help us win the war.
Stuff and nonsense, old man. Be a bad lookout for the world if we couldn't help our friends now and again. You say this farmer's willing to substitute?
Oh, yes, no trouble about that at all.
Well, then, I think this is a case where we can temper justice with a little mercy. Yes?
May I remind you, sir, that we have an appointment?
Oh, never mind that now, Sturgis. I want you a minute. What's the name of this fellow?
Montague Martin. He's a major. Marbury 86.
Just take that down, Sturgis. I want you to ring this man, Marbury 86. Ask him to hold up the ploughing at Lipsbury Pinfold. It's one of those special cases. You know what to say.
Very good, sir.
How's that? That ought to meet the situation, eh?
Jolly good show, sir. Now he can go and play in his backyard.
What's that?
Nothing. I'm just thinking aloud, sir.
Will you hand me up that Chinese flag, please, Colonel? Thanks.
I knew you'd had a good day. Old Montague Martin was like a dog with two tails. Said he'd been on the phone to the minister. The minister this and the minister that.
That'll teach Montague Martin a lesson. I was going to ask him over to meet this Russian girl, but not now.
What's the procedure, Colonel?
Well, she can only stay half an hour, so it'll be short and sweet. I say, Kingsley, what about a Soviet flag? I mean to say, it's their party.
I'm afraid we were in a bit of a fix about that till MacDougall came to the rescue.
Yes, we've borrowed the two red ensigns from the town hall. We're going to fold them in half and use them red side outwards.
And I'm going to cut a hammer and sickle out of one of these yellow pendants.
Oh, jolly good show. What about music?
It's all arranged. A nice little choir. Miss Penniman's got them well rehearsed. I've heard them practicing. I think it's going to sound pretty good.
1, 2, 3. Then comrades come rally, and the last fight let us face. The International Army unites the human race. Then comrades come rally, and the last fight let us face. The International Army unites the human race.
Well, I'm now going to have the very great pleasure of making a small presentation to Lieutenant Bokalova. I'm going to present her with my old telescopic rifle. I was going to lend it to the Home Guard, but now I think this young woman could make a better use of it than ever I could, and so I'm going to present it to her on behalf of us all, and I'm going to ask you all to give her a thundering good cheer. Well, now I'm going to call upon this brave, and I'm sure you'll all agree with me, beautiful representative of our gallant Russian ally to say just a few words to you.
I bring greetings from the Red Army to their heroic comrades in the British fields, factories, and workshops.
We are proud to be allied to the free people of Britain. We mean to smash the fascist invaders. I myself have shot over 100 Hitler rifles. And I'm looking forward to shooting many more.
Fine figure of a woman, eh, Kingsley?
Yes, quite so.
When I go home, I am telling the Red Army about your beautiful country. I myself have been working on a farm ever since I was a little girl. Mostly it is cornfields, as far as you can see. It is a rich land and full of growing. It's our home.
But now the Germans have come and there is no corn. And of my father and mother I know nothing since more than a year. So you see, we shall fight to the last. The Red Army is making a good use of all the things your ships are bringing. And to the heroic comrades in the British Army, Navy, and Air Force, they send their fraternal greetings. Long live the free people of Britain and the Soviet Union!
She's got that we haven't?
Well, it's simply that she happens to be a Russian, and Russia's been invaded and trampled on, and we haven't. It's what she said about our cornfields that got me. Our fields are still green. Greener than ever.
If the Germans had got here, I only hope I should have made a better sniper than I have a land girl.
That goes for me, too.
And you should have seen the look she gave old BB when he handed her the rifle. Should have heard the kiss she gave him, an absolute smacker.
Did she kiss you too?
Oh, worse luck. I was on the wrong side.
She must have made a terrific impression on you. How old is she?
Oh, quite young.
How young?
30-ish.
What does ish mean?
33, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 38. So it's right to have her leg pulled. Getting jealous. Just I was going to make you an offer.
An offer? What sort of offer?
A permanent offer. I'd have made it before, but you know, an airman's life isn't worth the paper it's written on.
What made you change your mind?
Oh, lovely weather. Mr. and Mrs. Pipit. Olga Bakalova.
Olga Bakalova. I'd have changed it for you.
Right on his cue.
Bless his little heart.
Poor old Joe. There you are. Your own mother wouldn't know you. What do you think of him?
A masterpiece. Eggs all right? Oh, yes. Oh, very nice. Almost as good as the real thing.
Except that they'll never hatch.
Cheer up, sonny boy. You look like you're going to a funeral.
I can't do it. I can't do it, I tell you. They've been so decent to me.
Here, wait a minute. Who stole the Dotterels clutch in 1934?
Who stole the Greenshank clutch in 1938?
Who stole the Kites clutch from Mr. Savage in 1939?
Who robbed the Delford Museum in 1940?
How would you like the ABO to know they've a fifth columnist in them, mate?
Stop it. Stop it, I tell you. I'll do it.
Now you're talking. Remember, no noise. We don't want that fellow Bancroft throwing a spanner into the works. He's as sharp as a needle.
What's that?
Mr. Bancroft! Mr. Bancroft!
Sounds like our reverend friend.
What on earth does he want at this time of night? Oh, hello, Mr. Elton. Anything the matter?
No. I meant to tell you I was coming down this evening. I want to watch the birds in the early hours of the morning. Do you know, very little has been written about how birds begin their day and at what precise hour.
Oh, really?
Of course, I can't do anything ambitious, but there has to be a start.
Well, carry on, then. It's all yours.
Oh, they won't be stirring yet. It's barely 3 o'clock. think I'll take a turn under the trees. Why don't you join me?
Oh, no, thank you. We were just going into the hide.
We don't like to go too far away.
Well, in that case, perhaps you'll allow me to join you. It's not very nice walking about alone in the dark, is it?
Well, then you better come along with us. There's just about room for 3.
You sit there, Mr. Elton.
Thank you.
I can just see the tip of her wing.
It's too early to watch yet. They won't be stirring for some time. Did you ever see the nest of the brush turkey, Mr. Bancroft? It's composed of rotting leaves and vegetation, which the male bird scrapes together into a huge pile.
Really? Did you hear that, Jimmy?
Oh, yes. Do go on, I'm listening.
Female lays her eggs in layers in the middle of the mound and is kept warm by the heat of the rotting vegetation. Mr. Bancroft, I don't believe you're listening.
Jimmy! This is awfully interesting.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude.
As I was saying... Anyway, if it's too cold, he brushes some more leaves on, and if it's too warm, he scrapes some leaves off, you see?
Oh, a sort of brush and scraper bird.
And when the little ones arrive, sometimes the father bird has to help them out of this compost heap.
Listen, what's that?
And then, don't you see...
That's funny. She's flown off.
I expect it was me making too much noise.
I wonder. That's all right, I'll go.
All quiet?
Can't make it out.
Bleeding thistles. I've had enough of these exercises.
We haven't started yet. Got 6 more days of this.
Shh. Might be one of their lot.
It's nothing. Come on.
Stop. If you make a sound, I'll crown you. Get him, Taffy.
All right. No good struggling.
Let me go. I'm a civilian. Yes, and we're the Christie Minstrels. Come on, let's have a look at you. Civilian. You come and tell that to our captain. Come on, Taffy.
Now mind, if you open your mouth, I'll do you. Message for you, sir.
295-314. Hello, what's all this?
Reconnaissance Patrol, number 7 platoon, reporting in, sir. Taking a prisoner.
Good show. Bring him over here. That's all.
But I'm not a spy, sir. I'm a civilian.
Well, we were all in Civvy Street once. Okay, search him. Short of dawn for you, my friend.
But I tell you, I'm a civilian, sir. You can't do this to me. This isn't Germany.
That's the lot, sir.
Don't look in that, sir. There's nothing in it. Really, there isn't.
What the? 5 sparrows' eggs.
That's right, sir. Sparrow's eggs. Yes, sir.
Let me see, sir. Why, they're the Tawny Pipit's eggs. He must have robbed the nest. You little devil. How long since you caught him?
About 20 minutes, Corporal. We caught him creeping across a field.
Have you gone mad, Corporal?
But they're still warm, sir. They're still warm.
What about it?
If we can only get them back in time, they'll still hatch, sir. Then we shall have 5 chicks, sir.
Well, what can I do about it?
Lend me your motorbike and let me take them back, sir.
But, Corporal, these eggs are none of our business.
Oh, we made them our business the other day, sir. We saved the eggs then. We can't let them down now.
Yes, but the other day was...
These eggs are yours and mine and his and his and his and Major Watson's and the Colonel's. They belong to England, sir. Oh, please, sir, they're getting cold.
You can certainly spin a yarn, Philpotts. Okay, be back in an hour.
Thank you, sir. Look up. Come on, you. You're showing me the work.
Talk about war aims.
All right.
Yes?
Well, hang on. Say when.
I'll tell you.
Are you sure this is right?
It's somewhere over here. I remember this gap. Come on.
Now which way?
Across here, I think.
Don't you know?
I think this is right. Oh, good. I'm lost.
I'll just about murder you if these eggs rattled. Can't you remember anything?
No, I'm absolutely lost.
Those trees over there, don't they mean anything to you?
No. Here, yes. Wait a minute. I know where we are. There's a hide.
I see.
Listen.
What?
Listen. Oh, we should shut up. Can't you hear? Go on. Just go out.
Hello?
Who's there?
Philpotts here.
What's he doing here?
What's the game? They're still warm. The eggs, they've been stolen. Get them back quickly while they're still warm.
Stolen? By who?
Never mind about that now. Get them back.
But the eggs are there.
These are plaster ones.
I knew I heard someone.
That's all we can do. Come on, let's give her a chance to get back.
Oh, I must have dozed off. Whatever's the matter?
Egg stealers, that's what's the matter.
Egg stealers? I can't believe it.
Where is it? Where is he?
Where's who?
It's no use you trying to bluff it out, you hypocrite.
What on earth is he talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. I'm not afraid of you anymore. I've owned up. I've told them I did it, and I'm going to tell them why.
He's drunk.
You hypocrite. You snake in the grass. You wolf in sheep's clothing.
But I know you as the Reverend Amos Elton. How is it you carry an identification card in the name of Pickering?
Because my real name is Pickering.
In that case, you've committed an offense under Article 20 of the Defense Regulations, and I shall have to arrest you.
Quite right, too. But he's a thief.
Ah, well, we'll sort all that out when we get him inside.
If I were 10 years younger, sir, I'd knock you down.
So would I. All in good time, all in good time. And I'm afraid I must ask you to come along, too.
I don't mind. I'm a free man at last, and I'm out of their clutches. I don't care what happens to me now. As long as those eggs aren't addled, that's all I care.
She's clearing out the eggshells. Beautiful, beautiful.
I hear you're leaving us, my boy. Yes, I'm rejoining my squadron, and Miss Broome's going back to nursing. But we were wondering if in a few weeks' time we could ask Mr. Kingsley...
If any of you know cause or just impediment why these two persons should not be joined together in holy matrimony, ye are to declare it. This is the first time of asking. And now, with special reference to the events of the last 3 weeks, hymn number 573, All Things Bright and Beautiful.